friends, it's Amy Duff, the Keto Queen. Oh my goodness, let me clean this camera. I'll tell you what, I think I got greasy hands. How are you guys? So excited to be home tonight, and I am making another comfort food favorite, but it is totally keto. So who loves sausage gravy and biscuits? When I was growing up, my grandmother always had a sausage gravy poured over toast or poured over homemade biscuits or even Grand's biscuits, but we always had sausage gravy. Guys, this is so delicious and easy, and if you're in the mood for comfort food, why not make comfort food that helps you feel good and keep your fat loss away? Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you really quickly what we're going to do to make our sausage gravy, and then we're going to whip up some biscuits really quick. I have a shuffle biscuit recipe, guys, that is absolutely delicious. It tastes just like a biscuit. It is so easy, so fast, very few ingredients. So if this sounds good to you, give me some hearts and go ahead and share this video. There's a share button at the bottom right. Go ahead and share this video, give me some hearts, and let's get started cooking together. So I have already browned up a pound of sausage. So I'm using 1 pound. You can do more if you want to. Depends on how many people you're feeding. And we're going to use about 2 ounces of cream cheese, if I can get it pulled apart here. We're going to use about 2 ounces of cream cheese, and it's been sitting on the counter a couple of minutes, but it's not really softened. You can also do less or more. So if you really think about this sausage, or this gravy I'm making, it pretty much is the exact same thing that you would make for a sausage casserole. Except we're going to use it as gravy instead of putting it in between crescent rolls. So we've got a pound of pork sausage already browned up. The grease has been drained. And now we're going to add, I got about an ounce and a half of softened cream cheese. We're going to cut it up in small little pieces so that it'll melt quicker. And then we're going to add some heavy cream, salt, no salt, I'm sorry. We're going to add heavy cream and pepper because I like pepper in my gravy. If you don't like pepper, you can leave the pepper out. But we're making a wonderful sausage gravy that my family loves. Like, this is one thing that we enjoy when we're having brunch or we're having weekend breakfasts together or we have family holiday breakfasts. I love to make this sausage gravy, and it's so easy and totally keto. So we're going to let this cream cheese start to soften a little bit, and then we're going to add some heavy cream. Now, the secret to gravy is knowing how thick or how thin you want your gravy to be. Like, I like a thick gravy, but I also like it to have a little bit of gravy to it. Like, I like it to be a little creamy. So we're going to go ahead and start adding some heavy cream, understanding that heavy cream gets thick as it cooks. So you can always start with about a half a cup to a whole cup of heavy cream. That definitely is not enough. Thankfully, I had more in the refrigerator. And we're just going to let this simmer. All you do is put your heavy cream, that cream cheese, and your sausage in a skillet and let it simmer. Now, I've got more heavy cream if I need it, because as it simmers, it's going to thicken up to create that gravy. Now, I like a lot of pepper in my gravy, so you don't have to add the pepper if you don't want to, but I'm going to add quite a bit of pepper because I like a little bit of spicy sausage gravy. Guys, if you've had this before, in the comments say, girl, I've had that gravy, and I love it. And if you haven't had it yet, I'm so excited for you to try it for the first time. If it sounds good, give me some hearts and share this video. We're fixing to make our biscuits. So we're making a sausage gravy and biscuits tonight with some scrambled eggs. And ooh, it's going to be a good breakfast night. Talk about comfort food from the South. Sausage gravy and biscuits is it. All right, so I got this mixed up, and you'll see it's very watery. You guys can see that. I mean, if I put this in a spoon, it's just straight water, right? It's just heavy cream. So we're going to simmer it so that it starts to thicken. And the thing with this gravy is you always can add more heavy cream to thin it out and get it to the perfect consistency of gravy that you like. You also can crush up your sausage to make it very, very fine. You can ground it up smaller. I just have chunks of sausage that I made, pork sausage. I think I used Tennessee Pride. All right, let's move on to the biscuits. Does biscuits sound good to you guys tonight? If biscuits sound good, say they sound good. And let's get going. So, for the biscuit recipe, this may sound crazy to you, but I'm telling you it's delicious. We've got our mini waffle maker out, our mini shuffles, like the little waffle makers makes the cutest little shuffle sandwich breads. But we have a keto biscuit recipe that we also use. Now this one makes four little breads. You can use the one that has a single if you want to. I got this off Amazon. I just searched mini shuffle maker 4, like a 4-burner mini shuffle maker, and this come up. So we're gonna make about 4 biscuits to get started. We've got 1 egg, and guys, you don't have to try to remember this. I've got it in the post for you. As soon as I finish up this live video, you'll see the recipe right to the post. I'm gonna do 1 egg, and if we decide to make more, we certainly can, but we're just gonna start off with 4. It only takes 4 minutes in your shuffle maker to make these delicious biscuits. So I have 1 egg. We have about 3/4 cup of almond flour. Now, when I buy almond flour, I always buy the cheapest because I like it. It's the Walmart brand blanched almond flour. So we've got the Walmart brand almond flour, and that bag lasts me a good while. All right, we've got 2 tablespoons of melted butter, not hot, but melted butter we're gonna pour in there. Only a few things. All right, we've got a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. You can do a little more if you want to. This way it really kind of makes it stand. All right, we've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're almost done. This is how fast it is. All right, we do have a couple more ingredients. We've got sour cream. Like I said, I know this sounds crazy, but we're gonna use our mozzarella cheese first. So we are making this biscuit shuffle with some mozzarella cheese, and we're gonna do about a 1/4 cup of mozzarella and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. So I'm gonna go back over this with you just a second. About a 1/4 cup of mozzarella, and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. So let me run this back over. We have 1 egg, 3/4 cup of almond flour. That's the flour we're using in this low-carb keto biscuit recipe. So 3/4 cup of almond flour, 1 egg. We had 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Poured that right in. Trying to get the sour cream out of here, it's watery. We got a 1/4 cup of sour cream, a 1/4 cup of shredded mozzarella. We used a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's it. So let me put this in here, and then we're gonna mix this up. Try not to make it so loud for you. Try not to make it too loud. We're gonna mix this up really well, and then we're gonna pour it into our little waffle makers. This makes about 4 biscuits, and I don't know if you can see this, but my gravy is getting really thickened. So look at that. It smells so good. It smells so good. Now this has turned from straight water to a little bit of thicker consistency, but I like my gravy to have some gravy to it. I don't want it to just be sausage in a pan. So we're gonna continue to let this simmer until our biscuits are done, but we can add more heavy cream, let it simmer to get warm, and you can make the consistency of your gravy the way you want it. So that's just, to me, that's just, it's not watery enough. I like it a little creamy in my gravy. So we definitely are gonna add some more heavy cream on my side. I might taste it to see if I want a little bit more sausage, or not sausage, but pepper, but it looks delicious. So guys, if this looks good, let me know and give me some hearts in the video. Now let's mix up our biscuits. I'm going to use a fork instead of this spoon because it's going to mix it a lot better. I've got a fork over here somewhere. I just saw it. I had a fork over here. Here it is. All right, and we're going to mix this biscuit consistency up. You want to mix it really, really good. Just like a dough. It looks just like biscuit dough. All right, now you can make these as thin or as thick as you want to in your waffle maker, but we're going to open this up, and I'm going to use my spoon that I just used, and we're going to put this inside the waffle maker. Now, the thing I love about this waffle maker is when you buy it, I sprayed mine the first time I used it, but then after that, it's a non-stick surface, so I never sprayed it again, and it works fine. I'm trying to remember, I usually use about 2 tablespoons per thing, and it usually works out perfect. But we're not worried about perfection. I'm going to go ahead and close this up and set a timer. I forgot my watch. We're going to set our timer for 4 minutes, and those biscuits are going to be good and done and ready to stack up some sausage gravy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more heavy cream in here. And oh man, it's smelling so good, y'all. Look at this. Does that not look delicious? It's our sausage gravy to pour over our keto biscuit shuffles. So let me get a little bit more heavy cream and get all this out of my way. Now I'm also going to scramble up some eggs because I like to top off my biscuits with some gravy and eggs and a little pepper, maybe even cheese. If you got bacon, you can make breakfast stacks. We usually make breakfast stacks, but I forgot to buy bacon at the store. So Ricky's going to be disappointed, but I'm going to have plenty of food for him. We have a little bit left to make maybe one more biscuit. And we're going to let this timer go off before we look and see what they come out like. Can you fry the biscuits? Haven't made them. I've never tried to fry them, Linda, so I don't see why not. Really, I don't see why not. I usually always use my shuffle maker. I think it's a heavy cream. Now you guys know, if you follow my page, this is the hottest eye on my stove top. I have it turned off and it's still simmering. So this gets really hot really fast. Pull it off a minute. See if I can open this. Try not to make. Okay, that is some very thick gravy. I want it to be a little thinner, so I'm going to add just a little bit. I'm just looking at it and making the decision how much I want to add. We're going to put it back on the heat to get hot or get warm. And if it's too thin because you just added some, all you have to do is let it simmer. So you really can control the consistency of your gravy and whether or not you want it just really thick or if you want it a little thinner. Man, that looks so good, does it not? Give me some hearts, guys, if that looks good. I am going to taste it because I like a lot of pepper. And I want to see if I want to add pepper to my sauce. That is good. That is good, guys. All right, I actually do want it to be a little more creamier. So I'm going to add just a little bit more heavy cream. And then we're going to put it back on the heat and let that cook up some. I am going to add just a little bit more pepper in a few minutes. And I got to scramble my eggs. I always wait till the very end to scramble my eggs because I want my eggs really hot. You can always cook your biscuits and the eggs at the same time because it only takes 4 minutes. But I've got a warmer on my oven, so I'm just going to pop them in my warmer and let those biscuits sit. And ow, that steam is hot. I'm sorry. I'm going to let those biscuits sit until I'm ready to stack my eggs on. I think this is plenty though, so I'm not going to make more. I got a little mess to clean up, but super fast, super easy, and super delicious, guys. All right, let's see if you have any questions. I don't see any questions, but I'm so excited for you guys to try this for the first time if you've never had it before. And if you have had it, I'd love to know in the comments. Just say I've had it and I love it. And share this video, guys, if I've been any help with delicious recipes, encouragement, or inspiration. I want to make sure you share my videos. That is a request I have for you. Let me check my timer. Got 46 seconds. I hope it turns out well. I haven't had this in a little while. Super excited to see. Oh, and I burnt my hand on that steam. That steam is hot. And get a clean fork. And a clean plate. Dang. I'm at a 3rd-degree burns out there from the steam. All right, 50 seconds. That seems like forever. I want to show you guys what these biscuits come out looking like. How do I just cook for me? Cindy, you can always warm up gravy. So you can cook it one night and then have it for breakfast or brunch one day or another dinner. You can also freeze it. There we go. Look at that, y'all. Ooh, man, that looks yummy. Biscuit shuffles. And I'm telling you, they taste just like a biscuit. It doesn't taste like cheese. It doesn't taste like sour cream. The mixture of these ingredients come out tasting just like a biscuit. I mean, look how pretty those are. All right, guys, I'm going to cook this very last one, and I'm going to scramble up some eggs. And I hope you guys have a great night. If I can help you with anything, just send me a private message. And if you have questions, I try my very best to always come back and answer your questions. So if you want to put them in the comments, you're welcome to do so we can teach everyone else the answers to your questions. Guys, have a great night, and I will see you all later. Bye.